YouTube, what's good, y'all boys? Today we're gonna tap into why you're smart but not successful. Let's get to it.
The biggest scam that you've been sold is that your addiction is the reason that you're not successful. The most common one I've seen is the hub addiction. I mean, look at this guy. He's made like 4 videos about quitting. He just knows that it's an infinite view glitch and that his viewers think that if they stop watching adult content, all of a sudden they're gonna become successful. People channel all of their weaknesses through one insecurity and think that if they quit, all of a sudden, all of their problems are going to be solved.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, all of the greatest musicians or people in on the planet, all are sex addicts. And the reason why, and the reason why is besides Jesus, of course, but most human niggas, they're sex addicts. Reason why: the more energy you have in your body, the more you bust. So you being horny all the time actually means you have a lot of creative energy in you. You have a lot of talent. It's just when you hold on to it, you can access more of the talent. But you don't have to no fat, no nut, just to access that talent. Just grind. Grind. You're going to have issues. You're not going to be perfect. Just grind.
I can't talk to girls because I have low
Is that crazy? Like what? How's that a crazy take? Is that a crazy take? I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say. Reminders, bro. Reminders? What are you talking about? Like that. Okay, first off. How's that crazy? Okay, energy. Energy. The reason why people, y'all are kids. Let me not explain that.
confidence because I watch too much corn. I don't have the energy to work out because I obliterate my sausage 5 times a day. I can't focus because of it. All my problems stem from this one thing. And self-improvement creators know this frame of thinking and exploit it to the max, which is why there's 5 million videos about quitting corn and very few about taking active steps towards your goals. Because you want to know the brutal truth? Your addiction isn't the problem. You have a skill issue. Sure, of course you shouldn't abuse adult content, nicotine, food, material possessions, but just by quitting those things doesn't mean you're all of a sudden gonna become successful. And
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. All of that energy, hornier you are, the more creative energy you have. If you can just channel that and lock that in, you'll be very creative. If that makes sense. I know a lot of y'all niggas are kids, so y'all don't understand that. So just disregard what I say. But that's it's actual truth. It's scientifically proven. But I'm so confused. Don't worry about it. But the niggas who understand, they understand. Niggas who understand, understand. Y'all don't understand. Who understand, understand. That's all I'm finna say. You're wrong. How are you finna tell me you're wrong? Look it up. Cloud trying to make up anything to I'm not justifying beating your meat. Nigga, do y'all not understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not justifying beating your meat. I'm saying the more energy you have. That's why niggas be oh, I'm gonna say, whatever. Nigga, if you channel that energy, you'll be better. Now, that's not gonna only make you better. At the same time, you gotta, you feel me, lock in. But the more energy you have, it's not a bad thing. If you're always horny all the time, that's not a bad thing. You just gotta channel that energy to do good. That's what I'm trying to say. Are y'all not Do y'all not understand what I'm saying? Do y'all not understand what I'm saying? In that whole section, in that whole segment, when did I say beating your meat is a good thing? I never said that. I'm explaining why some certain niggas are way hornier. That's also a lot of the niggas the top niggas are sex addicts. That's why they have so much energy in their body. They can't control it. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's power. Now I'm not saying go jerk off or whatever, right? But if you hone that energy and control it, you can do better things. Do y'all not understand that? Oh, I understand now? How did it take y'all that long to understand that? That's literally, I said that I've literally said the same thing three times. Y'all niggas are huh? You're saying jerk off? I've never said that. At all. This feels like an honor class because y'all niggas are young. Y'all don't understand it. It's cool. But at the same time, I'm not promoting gooning. I'm just saying it makes sense. It makes no... Okay, you're just stupid. I'm sorry.
This is extremely easy to prove. All I need to do is point at successful people who openly have addictions, and I know and you know plenty of unsuccessful people who have no such vices. Kanye West self-admittedly said that at the age of 5 he found one of his dad's dirty magazines and was addicted from that point on. Now the fact that that happened was a bad thing, but even despite the addiction, Kanye West became one of the greatest and most influential musicians and fashion designers in the world. You should
I ain't gonna lie, that shit just scared me. I ain't gonna lie. That explains a lot. Explains a lot. That explains a lot.
Quit or drastically reduce the amount of adult content that you watch, but even if you can't, don't act like that's the reason that you aren't achieving your goals. You could wake up at 5 every morning, take a cold shower, meditate, have your coffee, and get sunlight in your eyes like Andrew Huberman, but if you aren't directly working on the tasks that are relevant towards your goals, you're completely wasting your time. The funniest thing is you're gonna get beat by the guy who wakes up at 11, obliterates his Johnson while watching Lana Rhodes get quad stuffed first thing in the morning, hits his grapefruit flavored cancer box, but then actually gets to work on what he needs to. You have it backwards. You think that you aren't achieving your goals because of your addictions, but you get addicted because you aren't actively achieving your goals. You feel guilty that you aren't going to the gym or studying or writing or practicing, so you fall back on what gives you comfort. And you think that falling back on what's comfortable is stopping you, but really it's the inaction towards your goals. Because if you were
okay, so for the stupid niggas in chat, basically what he's saying, a lot of y'all can't understand what he's saying. I don't know how it's so hard to comprehend this, but basically what he's saying, the reason why these addicts can still be successful is because even though they do the bad things, they lock in when they need to. But most niggas who can't ever be successful, they're thinking doing the bad things is keeping them from success. But in all reality, it's not. It's just they're not locking in. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand that? Give me some yeses. Give me some ones if y'all understand that. No, gooning, lust, and addiction slows you down. Duh. But at the same time, the people... Okay, y'all niggas are not understanding what we're saying. That shit slows you down. Duh. But at the same time, they're still getting stuff done because they're locking in when it needs to. That's what he's talking about. Bro, at the same time, y'all need to understand this simple fact about the universe. We're all going to do bad things. But as long as you lock into what you need to, you're going to be successful. Now, if you stop those bad things, of course, you'll be way more successful, right? But at the same time, you doing those bad things isn't the thing that's stopping you from success. It's you not wanting to be successful. And naturally, if you want to be successful, those bad things will stop. That's what he's trying to say. That's not saying you should be a gooner. That's not saying that you should smoke, do drugs, whatever. That's saying if you want to achieve something, lock in and do it. Everything else will work itself out. I feel like y'all rage baiting. How is it that hard to understand that? That's not saying you can have bad habits, but everybody has bad habits. That's not stopping you from succeeding. What's succeeding is you stopping yourself. Alright? Like, nigga, what are we talking about? That's all it is. That's why Snoop Dogg can be a drug addict and still succeed, because he locks in when he needs to.
Actively working towards your goals, you would have less time to think about your addiction, and therefore would relapse less often. But the fundamental flaw with modern day self-improvement is that it constantly teaches you to think about your addiction. You have to constantly be cognizant of how long it's been since you last busted. In these support groups, the first step is to admit, I am an alcoholic. I am a drug addict. You have to constantly associate yourself with your addiction and let it take up space in your mind. But the simple cure that no one will tell you is to find an environment and a pursuit that's more fulfilling than your current state and addiction. Constantly watching videos about how to quit watching The Hub will never make you permanently quit, and more importantly, will never make you get closer to achieving your goals. You're not taking any sort of action, and all you're really doing is spending more time concerning yourself thinking about your addiction. Constantly.
Exactly what he's saying. I'm not gonna lie, he kind of spitting, but a lot of niggas not listening. Y'all don't. It's hard to like actually understand what he's saying until you do it. I'm gonna put it like this: when you push to achieve your goals, all of the bad habits you have, it'll naturally just go away, because those goals are way more important to you than those bad habits. So let's say let's not use gooning. Let's say you like to vape or you like to smoke, right? If you want to be successful, if you want to be a successful basketball player, right? And you're not Kevin Durant, you're just a 6'4", 6'5", you want to get to the NBA, you're naturally gonna stop smoking less because you know that is hurting you from becoming what you want to be. You don't have to watch a video on why it's bad smoking to stop smoking. What your purpose will automatically let you know, yo, I need to stop that. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. You're going to naturally put down the blunt. If you focus on the purpose you have, you're automatically going to realize, okay, what's stopping me from getting here? Okay, stop that. Let's get to it. That's all he's saying.
Thinking about your addiction is literally just going to make you more likely to relapse. And what you don't understand is that...
Okay, Juice WRLD was a rapper and he was good at his job. He still OD'd, didn't he? Yes. But at the same time, nigga, not everybody's Juice WRLD. Well, that's a prime example of what we're talking about. like if you're talented and you good at doing what you do, you're gonna succeed if you lock in when you need to. All of the other stuff, I'm sure he had other addictions that he got out of. But at the same time, you're gonna lock in and get what you want, get what you want to get done. Now, at the same time, having those addictions will come back to bite you in the end, like Juice WRLD, right? He's one of them rare types that he still succeeded while being a drug addict, but it inevitably killed him. Kanye, you see me, he still succeeded while being a porn addict, but it inevitably is doing what it's doing right now. That's not saying to keep the addiction, but if you think not jerking off is why you're not succeeding, that's not true. You're just not succeeding. You'll naturally stop jerking off once you start succeeding. But at the same time, that's a different battle you're trying to fight. You can't blame, me jerking off tonight. No. You're not succeeding because you're not trying to succeed. If you want to succeed bad enough, you're just naturally going to stop doing that. That's all it said.
Your addiction is not the reason that all of your problems exist, and that quitting your addiction will not magically solve all your problems. You think that you can't talk to women because
Gooning is a symptom, not the problem. Thank you. Finally somebody understands it. Finally somebody understands that. I ain't gonna lie. You're switching your idea back up. Nigga, Y'all rage baiting. I don't think y'all rage baiting.
Addicted to watching The Hub, but that's wrong. You can't talk to women because you don't know how. And the only way you'll learn how is through talking to them even when you're nervous or don't know what to say. And like with any skill, you'll only get better through talking to more women and understanding what communicational triggers will make them like you or not like you. Everything I just said were actionable steps, and none of it has to do with quitting your addiction. You could be in your mom's basement gooning 5 hours a day, but as long as you can strike up a conversation with a random girl at your school, college, or workforce without being weird, that's all that matters. And funnily enough, you're actually ahead of the guy who's on a 100-day nofap streak but still doesn't have the courage to talk to a random girl. Action is quite literally the only thing that matters, and you can spend all this time on mindset, but it's ultimately pointless if it doesn't lead to anything. I mean, we literally admire addicts because their success is not in any way inhibited by their addiction. How many people we all know and love are addicted to women, pharmaceuticals, and especially gambling? Michael Jordan was able to be the most famous person on the planet, an international sports superstar, and dominate the NBA for a decade while also being a crippling gambling addict. It doesn't...
Again, he's not saying go be an addict. He's not saying that. All he's saying is that addiction isn't what's stopping you from succeeding. It's you. You can still have an addiction and succeed. So don't blame it on that, because you're trying to blame everything on this problem instead of looking inside and being like, yo, why don't I want it bad enough? That's it. That addiction will get better with time. And if it doesn't get better, that's a whole different subject. But at the same time, that's not what's stopping you from succeeding. That's what he's trying to say. Cloud, I don't get it. You're not meant to understand it. All right, it's cool.
really seem like his addiction stopped him from doing much. Dana White, regardless of how you feel about his politics or ethics, he quite literally created a sport in the West. I can't think of another sports commissioner who's as integral to their organization as he is to the UFC.
What's worth succeeding if you become famous but a crippling addict? I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna answer that later.
And he was able to accomplish all of that while self-admittedly being a degenerate gambler. It's not mutually exclusive. Being an addict is not going to stop you from achieving your goals. Your addictions are not the reason that you're not successful. You're not successful so you become addicted to make yourself feel better. Action is the only thing that matters.
Okay. Let's sit down and let's understand this video. Because, okay, if you understand what he's trying to say in this video, spam 1. If you don't, spam 2. And give me the reason why y'all don't understand. I'm going to say it in the clearest way possible. Because I didn't say it good at the start. I think I said it good at the end. All right? 1. I'm seeing a lot of ones. Okay. Niggas understand it. Okay, thank you. Making this clear. I am not saying being a gambling addict, porn addict, or whatever addict is a good thing. Obviously, it's not a good thing. But at the same time, that is not stopping you from succeeding. It is you. You are stopping yourself from succeeding. Because in all reality, let's just face it. We all have problems. We all have issues. We all do bad things that we're not supposed to do, that we know we're not supposed to do, but it feels so good. We're all human. Game is game. Nobody's perfect. You can't you can't say that whatever that issue is the reason why you're not succeeding. Juice WRLD is a prime example. He was a drug addict. Still was one of the greatest artists of all time. He can walk into the studio off of lean, Xans, whatever, make an album, and it be fire, gas. So you can't say that the weed is why you can't succeed. No, it's you. Now, should you stop smoking weed? Duh. It'll probably help, but at the same time, you can be the perfect human being and still not succeed at what you want to do because you don't want it bad enough. You don't want to do it. That's what it is. That's all it is. What I was trying to say at the beginning of the video that a lot of niggas didn't understand, right? The most powerful people are oftentimes addicts at something. That's just how the world works. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying become an addict, it will just happen. Sometimes, that's what oftentimes it happens. That's not a good thing. That oftentimes is what happens. I'm not gonna lie. Kanye, sex addict. Diddy, sex addict. We're not gonna use Diddy, actually. That's a horrible example. You get what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of stuff y'all don't know, but a lot of these celebrities are freaks. They're weird. It's crazy. Whatever, right? But that didn't stop them from being successful because they wanted it bad enough. And honestly, the more creative energy you have, the hornier you get. And I probably shouldn't have introduced that topic to y'all. Y'all too young to understand that. Whatever, right? But that's my fault on that. That's all I'm trying to say, though. If you want it bad enough, you're going to get it. That's it, all right? We understand. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. We understand. You can be rich, then just gamble your money away because of your gambling addict. That would stop you from succeeding. You'll get it back, though. You'll get it back. That Michael Jordan got it back. Dana White got it back. All of that. That's not saying that's a good thing. Not saying that's a good thing. But at the same time, they got it back because they just wanted it bad enough. That's all that matters, bro.